Hi, hello, welcome again. Welcome back to our channel, Aadiguru Overseas. We are here yet again to discuss about another exciting country, a small country compared to the other countries which we were discussing earlier. It is none other than New Zealand. And today I am going to take you through New Zealand as a study destination. Okay, and then I'll be sharing some interesting facts about New Zealand, and then the advantages of studying in New Zealand and why you should or you can choose New Zealand also as your study destination, and of course, what could be the cost that might incur you to study in New Zealand, and finally, with the application, admission, and the visa processes. And for more information, as I say, connect to us through Facebook, Instagram, or leave your message on our website. And please like our video, click on the bell icon given below, right? That would help us to understand, and give you more information on different topics and countries that might help you to make your decisions to study abroad. And how many of you are aware that the first person to climb Mount Everest was a New Zealander? His name is none other than Sir Edmund Hillary, who was officially the first person to reach the highest summit of Mount Everest, along with the Sherpa, uh, uh, Tenzing Sherpa. Okay, and as I said, New Zealand is a very beautiful country. It has got one of the cleanest airs in the world, right? Because 30% of the country is national reserve, right? And it has got extensive green hills and forests full of lush vegetation. Okay, and that's again, one of the reasons that makes New Zealand a natural paradise, a beautiful country indeed, with great ecological awareness of its people, and it is third of the country. One third of its of the country, as I said, is considered a protected national reserve. And again, probably you would be wondering, there are more sheep than people in New Zealand. It's a fact that there are close to 10 sheep for every one person living in New Zealand. The population of New Zealand is just around 5 million. If you see geographically in terms of sizes, UK, Japan, and New Zealand are almost similar in size, but whereas the populations of Japan and UK are very high when you compare with New Zealand. UK is about 68 million, and Japan is close to 65 to 66 million, whereas New Zealand is just 5 million, right? And then again, it is very interesting, see, I can keep talking about New Zealand, but again, New Zealand has one of the steepest streets in the world. It is a place in Dunedin, where Baldwin Street is the steepest street in the world, and which has got its place in the Guinness World Records also. Okay, Now, again, continuing with the things, I don't want to, push more on this. Let's come to the education part as well. But before I share this wonderful facts, um, Wellington is the capital of New Zealand and is the southernmost capital in the entire world. How about that? Okay. Now, coming to the education. Now, coming to the education in New Zealand, why study in New Zealand? Let's now discuss about uh, the education in New Zealand. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of my talk, New Zealand do offer international quality education. It has got excellent education system at par with any other international country. All the universities, there are got about they have got about 80 universities. They rank among top between 100 to 500 in the world. Okay, and you have got diverse range of options to study. You can of course work part time while you're studying. Then you get excellent quality of life. Okay, for your information again, for international work rights, New Zealand ranks or rated number one compared to 9 other countries. Okay, out of 163 nations, New Zealand is ranked second most peaceful countries in the world. Okay, and again, out of all countries, New Zealand was the first country to introduce pastoral care for international students. So they have set a standard for themselves, which makes New Zealand education competitive and unique when you compare with most of the international destinations which offer study options for students from different parts of the world. Now, education in New Zealand, coming to the education system in New Zealand, it is very interesting to know. New Zealand was previously a British territory. It, of course, it follows the British kind of system for education. Um, it is quite similar to the education system in the UK. This indicates that the qualifications that you obtain in New Zealand are typically transferable to institutions in both UK and Australia. And the New Zealand Qualification Authority must accredit all educational institutions that grant qualifications. So, the New Zealand education system is based on the British education system, making it widely recognized. There are four types of higher education institutions in New Zealand. Starting with the universities, there are about 80 universities in New Zealand. I'll mention that as we go through the video. Then they have got polytechnics and institutes of technology, which are typically known as Tipukenga, which are again funded by the government. And then you have got colleges of education, and finally you have also got PTEs or the private training providers. There are close to 400 private providers who also offer different courses. Okay, so It's internationally accredited qualifications, excellent education system, ample research opportunities, and definitely matchless quality of lifestyle make New Zealand a choice destination among the students. Now, getting a bit deeper into it, I was mentioning about the universities. Okay. Now, if we see these top universities in New Zealand, there are 8 universities, as I mentioned. Starting with the University of Auckland, globally it ranks 81st, right? And then you have University of Otago, which is ranked about 180 plus. Then you have got Victoria University of Wellington, University of Canterbury, Massey University, University of Waikato, Lincoln University, and then Auckland University of Technology. See, all these universities are among top 500 in global rankings. So, definitely, if somebody chooses to study in New Zealand, they are not compromising on the quality of education. And the best part, I'm going to share, um, later as we move forward, which I'm sure which will definitely compel you to consider New Zealand as your study destination too. Okay, and some of the Tipukenga institutions or the government institutions, um, they are to list down. I just mentioned a few names like MIT, the Otago Polytechnic, the RI Institute of Technology, um, the Welltech, okay, then EIT, Eastern Institute of Technology, then SIT, Southern Institute of Technology. You have got Unitech, and there are number of institutions, the government institutions, which do offer different levels of courses, including some of the master's programs. Okay, I'll give you a comparison or for a better understanding in the fee that will help you to choose wisely among the institutions. And of course, there are some private institutions which are very popular among international students, like the Auckland Institute of Studies. You have got New Zealand Territory College, and then you have got Whitecliff College. Then you have PIHMS. You have got Lee Cordon Bleu. Then you have got UB colleges, and you name it. The list is exhaustive. Okay, and typically the intakes in New Zealand are during February and July for most of the universities and the Pukenga institutions, and some of course very few they also offer during October and November also. I mean they are very limited, but the major intakes are among I mean around February, and then followed by July. And private institutions, they have got rolling intakes. You can choose definitely a wide range of courses if you want to pursue the education in New Zealand. And some of the most popular courses, I would say, are animation. Then you have got creative arts and design. And by the way, how many of you are aware Lord of Rings uh, was picturized in New Zealand? The Hobart. You can all explore this information on the Google, right, which is pretty exciting. And and the courses are connected um, with with the requirements or the skill shortages in New Zealand. So, apart from these courses, you can also study engineering. Then you have got environmental sciences, you have got ecology, sustainable resource management, you have nursing courses, you have business studies, you have got hospitality, you have got IT, and then, of course, you have got agriculture and veterinary studies also. So you can choose uh, from among these courses. Now, as I was mentioning, why one can pick New Zealand as a study destination is because um, they offer programs in different levels, starting from level 5. I'll explain what is level 5, then it goes up till level 10. Okay, and then the other advantage is typically the masters in New Zealand. You can complete your masters in 1 or 2 years depending on your course, and then you also get a post study work for 3 years. How about that? Right now, coming to the qualifications, see if somebody has completed their 12th in India, now if you want to pursue your bachelor's in New Zealand, you typically go to a level 5 program, which is nothing but the first year of your bachelor's. Then you complete your second year, which is level 6, and then level 7 finally. That makes the bachelor's. Okay, and then you you can take a break, and then you can go and complete your masters, or you can typically complete your 1 year postgraduate diploma also after your bachelor's, right? And even after completing your bachelor's, you also get a post study work for 3 years. But if you complete 2 years bachelor's, you will get a diploma, and then also you may get a post study work for either 1 year or 2 year depending on the course, because New Zealand has come up with post study work visa regulations. They have changed a bit of late from I would say 2021 22. They have come up with a green list of occupations that qualify for fast track to the residency or the PR, who will have access to a work to residency pathway. I'm not getting deeper into it, but just for your understanding, if you are doing a course which is in the green list, you get a better chances of getting your pathway to residency, right? And then, if somebody has completed their bachelor's in India, and let's say they want to pursue further education in New Zealand, they can either go for a postgraduate diploma or a graduate diploma. Graduate diploma is again, after your bachelor's, which is typically a level 7 program. If a course which is not in a green list, and if you go and do your level 7 program, you will not get a PSW. So I would suggest you go for either a postgraduate diploma, which is level 8. Eventually, you get a 1 year stay back or a PSW, and that can be further extended if you get a job. If not, since the master's programs are either 1 or 2 years, it is always advantageous for the student if he or she can opt and go for a master's program for 1 year or a 2 year. And irrespective of the master's program, they would get a 3 year PSW. right? So now, once you choose your programs, see for the green list, which of course I'll provide that information probably in the video if possible, with the help of the links, or you can reach back to us where I can share more information. But some of the green list occupations mentioned are into construction, courses related with construction or project management. Then you have got civil engineering technicians or civil engineers. Then you have got electrical engineers, electronic engineers. Then you have got into health, I would say, if I would say into health, you have got general practitioners or midwives, then you have got registered nurses, and many more. They have got about 120, 130 professions or occupations listed in the green list. Okay, so you can go through that list and then you can choose the programs that would be advantageous for you to complete your studies in New Zealand. And admission process is it's not cumbersome. It is very simple. The only difference between putting your documents to any New Zealand institution is New Zealand institution requires all the documents to be notarized, right from your 10th till your highest qualification. Okay, and if you have any work experience, you have to, of course, put your experience letters along with your admission letters. Okay, and when you go for the visa, the best part here is you have to pay the fee upfront once you get the offer letter. You can apply for your visa on an unconditional offer letter. Only when your visa is approved, then you can transfer your 1 year tuition fee to the respective university or the college, which makes life easier in any case. In worst case, let's say if a student is not through with his visa, he's just losing his visa fee, which could be about 35,000 rupees, Indian rupees, and there is no hassle for refunds of fee. You can reapply for your visa once your visa is through, then you can transfer your fee to the institution, and that is something very helpful to the students. Even as a consultant, it helps us to give a better solutions to the students when they apply to the New Zealand institutions. Okay, and finally, the documents that would require for your visa, of course, a bit exhaustive, but it's not difficult. You have to have your financial undertaking from your sponsor, in the sense your parents. Okay, and then you have the student visa declaration form signed by you. You have to uh, produce all the copies of the passport. Okay, and then you have to get your medicals done, e-medicals done, and of course the police clearance. And then you'll also have to provide your Indian identification proofs like your Aadhaar card and PAN card, and then all your academic documents right from your 10th till your highest degree. And of course, as I mentioned again, your work experience documents, your employment letters, your salary certificates and salary statements for the past at least 6 months, And then you'll also have to produce the ITRs of the sponsors. That should be at least for 3 years. Okay. And your IELTS or PTE scores, your updated CV and a resume, and SOP, of course. And finally, your offer letter from the college and the payment receipt before your passport gets stamped and you fly to New Zealand. Okay. So for more detailed information, I would strongly recommend get in touch with us. We are there to help. We are there to give you more information. Okay. Share your thoughts, share your opinion. Click the icon below. Okay. And you can leave a message on our social media handles, maybe in Facebook or Instagram. We'll reach you out, we'll give you the information, or you can, message us. The numbers will also be given below. All right. So, looking forward to hearing from you. All the best.